Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
We're going to sign 58 to Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now a look at the defensive starters here for the Steelers. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Draw play, Madison, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, he'll be back at the 36.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now it's Darnold. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Here's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Darnold now to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Barkley. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Gun. Alert 3.
A first down carry for Barkley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second and 11 now. Newton. This is caught inside the 15. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy. And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make. Absolutely. Takes two to tango.
Right to the 3. I'm coming after you.
On first down, Barkley down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football.
Absolutely, pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the Steelers are in for the touchdown.
But this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the final piece to the puzzle was the Cam Newton touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On second down, this is Madison. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Darnold completes it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to throw, Darnold. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, before, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
20. 8.
Play action. It's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Third and long, it's Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Running from the shotgun with Madison. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. And the pressure gets to him again. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down. On is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first down, it's Newton. And going deep for Hill. It got his man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tyreek Hill, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. And that one needed a little time to develop because he started lined up out wide left. He caught that on the right side of the field.
And you're exactly right about the time because that's not going to be a quick developing pattern, but also great sight lines for the guy throwing the ball to see a receiver cross his face and his sight line from one side of the field to the other. It usually attracts your attention. If you think he's open, you go ahead and deliver it, as we just saw there.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how
he's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch.
20.
Throwing again on second down. Newton. They complete it to Hill. The 40, the 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point try good by Gano, and it's now 21-7. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Quick throw caught out wide by Renfro. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Watch out for Hill on the return. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the Lions who were able to come away with the home victory. 21-10. The final score. From there, let's head to the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, to check in on the Broncos. And they trail that one to the visiting Oakland Raiders. 2 touchdown passes there for Jameis Winston. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And that game all even as they host the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. In our game, it was Cam Newton who led the way in that first half. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns, and he has run for another. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slides that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player, and he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things, and he incorporated that into his route running.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. It's Hill, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
Now Saquon Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Check 55, Mike. I want that. Give me that.
Again, it's Barkley. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Eight. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Here's Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But somebody, listen, if some guy...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Good stuff. Keep doing
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Come on.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll run it again with Barkley. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Go get him. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Barkley. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. On 3rd down, Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Gun.
They snap it to Newton. He is going to find Hill here. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run forward Barkley, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9 with it.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Got his man there complete to Gallup. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw is Darnold, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Ball going deep here for Taylor. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. And this is caught off the deflection.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy who's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
Found his target, it's Anderson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, Darnold. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Darnold now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. The throw right sideline here is complete, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
On the delay, it's Howard. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Darnold. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now Darnold. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Ready? Ready? 55. Check, 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 check. Check 3, check 3. Check, check. 20. Crackdown, crackdown. He's cracked. 8.
Throwing here, Newton. They're going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. He'll let this go for the end zone. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Read it well, and it's picked. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. To try again after the sack. Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Open man is Robbie Anderson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. And here we go on fourth. Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Newton's going to throw it. They're going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton gets this one to Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away was Mike Edwards. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Newton throwing again. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point try, good by Gano.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
I got one. Check 26, check 26.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Watch the shit.
Going to run with Madison again. And an alley to run. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 11 yards there, 1st down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
They deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease. Robbed home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. it'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to split that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for Pittsburgh, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
My name, huh? S-T-R-O, I ain't with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up, I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business, I ain't getting paid with you. Clean like I made with you. I've been on my body drop when I drop. Living up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better. You will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Working hard, hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? What I do? Lace up the shoes.
What I do? Lace up my shoes. Chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I move like the wind. Can't catch this breeze free. Stop you in tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. I'ma run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming. coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Going big, going big. Everybody thought they know the click. Way too many when they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everybody thought they know the click. Way too many when they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird. Sir, I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the lines in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can dine in. Up by the way, couldn't even get a fine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why do make it violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making best, you make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put our hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver. But I'm still a hot boy, cool down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, damn saucin'. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the left the faucet. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no bombing. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, start the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? Rep for your bro, for your poster, popping your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat for the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend, sweet. This sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah.
family, I might just spell my wheels. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving that shoulder chill. My jewelry coat is chill. Story treacherous, I effortlessly show skills. Yeah, let's go. Get first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, way before the deal.
Blow your mind.
Ooh, why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't geeks. Too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't geek, too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. End zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Honey, y'all, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damagers. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring the dash. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. There's no need in keeping it low key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk,